Welcome to Obstacle Running Adventures,
the podcast that fuels your passion for obstacle course racing,
running, and all things adventurous.
Whether you're a seasoned pro or a weekend warrior,
we've got news updates as well as interviews with athletes
and other key members of our athletic community.
As a weekly show since 2017, we have covered everything from
championship and virtual races
to fundraising events and FKTs.
And now, here are your hosts,
Michael Stefano and Caitlin Ritter.
Standing on the corner, lost all my clothes.
Hey guys, it's Michael Stefano.
And Caitlin Ritter.
And Caitlin, how was your weekend?
I'm gonna say I probably had the flu.
Yeah, so second week of January, you got norovirus.
Yes.
And then this past week, you had the flu.
Yes, I did.
But you were nice to keep it to yourself. I appreciate that.
I had a 102.7 degree fever, and I did not turn into RFK.
No. Caitlin was very worried about that. Irrationally, I think, a little bit.
I was worried my brain was just gonna, melt and disintegrate in my head because my body was so hot.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Also, I bought a new microphone. It showed up, and it's still in the box, so I'll have to get to that. The box is definitely different shaped than I expected.
Why didn't you even open the box?
I want to say I was busy, but I was busy
doing
nothing. Exactly. I was busy trying to not get sick. So there was that. Why didn't you open the box?
Mike, I slept for 20 plus hours.
Okay. Well,
in one day.
I didn't sleep.
That's your own fault for not sharing the bed with me.
Yeah. Let's give a shout out to the sponsors.
Shout out Mudgear. Use code ADVENTURE for 15% off your next Mudgear purchase. For Caterpie, use code OCRReport20 for 20% off your next Caterpie purchase. And use code OCRReport20 for 20% off any Spartan, Deca, or Tough Mudder event.
Yeah, it's the first episode of the month, so we're going to thank the $3+ Patreon supporters.
Jason Dupree, Samantha Thompson, Matt Putton, Bradley Keel, Charlotte Engelman, Aaron Grindstaff, Cheryl Miller, Lauren Stephen Ritter, Hank and Arlene Stefano, Jessica Johnson, Christopher Hoover, Kevin Gregory Jr., Evan Irick, Ashley Rice, Brent George, Justin Manning, Angela Bowers, Thomas Peterson, Logan Nagel, Seth Renderknish, and Steve Bacon at the New England OCR Expo.
Yeah, thank you so much for the support. Actually, that money I'll have to transfer some funds. Definitely paid for the microphone, so greatly appreciate that. Then hopefully we'll have that running for next episode.
That money also needs to be transferred to my funds.
I know. I got a lot of money I got to move around, and I got to move money for the honeymoon too. Not from this, but from our honeymoon fund.
Our joint bank account.
From the wedding, yes.
Yes. I know, you owe me all sorts of monies.
Please join on the website and not the app, since Apple will have you charged more, which isn't great. And shout out to the OCR Report for being a great home for us on the internet.
And to Will Hicks.
The Podfather. Check it out over at the OCRReport.com. We're planning to do more consistent meetings, and one is tomorrow.
Oh, wait, no, it's not.
What? When is it?
Maybe it is tomorrow.
It's tomorrow or Thursday, I think.
Oh.
Sometime this week. I'll have to double check.
I can't go.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Why?
I have my fraction professional development tomorrow. 5 weeks of fractions.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible. And a shout out to our sponsored athletes.
Javier Escobar, Kelly Sullivan, Ryan Brizzolara, Joshua Reed, and Kevin Gregory.
Poll results. I guess Caitlin put a poll up without me realizing.
I have no memory of making this poll.
I still don't know what it is.
It says, what do you listen to while you work out? 36% of people voted podcasts, 55% of people said music, and 9% of people said audiobooks.
Was there a fourth option?
0% of people said silence.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Meme of the week. We're going to skip this week. We're going to head right on over to quick news, starting with the Savage Race 2025 medals that were revealed. So they posted...
Get Savage. Earn badass medals.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. Got the Savage Syndicate, the Savage Blitz. What's that? Oh, those are the pins that go on them. They look large to show detail, maybe? Those pins look massive, because metal, Syndicate medal.
Syndicate. The Syndicate medal doesn't look as cool as it usually does.
I agree. You looking for my Syndicate medal?
Yeah, you don't have one, do you?
No, I didn't get the chance to, because I had
to
cover the event because you weren't there to help. So I didn't get to run the race.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must have told me I didn't have to go, so I didn't go.
I know. It's hard to do this and run the races that I want to, so kind of a bummer. Next up, New England OCR Expo medals were also revealed.
It's for the 100 meters course, and is it wood?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And it's a wooden circle with the New England OCR Expo logo on it, and it says 100-meter course 2025.
Yeah.
On a lanyard.
There are a couple Deca Strong Ruck records broke a couple weeks ago, I think.
The Deca Strong Ruck World record were broken on the same day.
This is what happens when you tag the person. And so you got to put like tag and put the name, but it says Coach Ferrers.
Ran it in 14 minutes and 3 seconds, and Kevin Gregory Jr. completed the course in 12 minutes 47 seconds.
Very cool.
Does he just like do decas in his sleep?
Probably not while he's in his sleep. That is there's gotta be a joke there. Nighttime Deca? Deca nighttime?
Deca PM. Deca After Dark.
What's the Deca After Dark? That's the best one. I was trying to think of Insomnia. Deca Insomnia.
Like insomnia cookie.
Yeah, but I guess you would be awake due to insomnia. Next up, a shout out to Ultra Sophie, who I feel like we talked about previously. She set a record for running 48 hours on the treadmill. It was difficult to find the distance because it wasn't in the post. There was like no description. But she set up the record. And what do you notice here about the screenshot of the video?
She's at the run show.
Yeah, in
Boston.
No.
Oh.
In England. That hasn't happened yet.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Yep. Next up, I think you sent this to me. There's the Northeastern Student Spartan Club.
Yeah, so students at Northeastern University started to build strength and community by creating a Spartan race club. And it started after COVID-19 shut things down.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. There's a lot of them, too, which is...
Yeah, well, it's perfect because where's Northeastern? Near Fenway.
Yes. Yep. And what else is special about Northeastern?
My brother went there.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that's what was special about it.
Yeah, I had a backup too.
My brother is an alum, graduated in 2012.
Also, the mascot's a husky, and I love huskies.
Oh my gosh, and they have real-life huskies on their campus.
Oh, wow. Horrible transition, but keeping with dogs.
Oh, I saw this. Oh, I sent this to you. Roxy the Aussie had passed away. She had a stroke, and she would have turned 14 years old, so she had a nice, long Spartan life.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. I remember seeing the dog, like, jumping walls and stuff. Pretty badass.
Right.
Now we're going to get to some podiums, starting with Spartan SoCal Super.
For men, in third place, Kyle Sears. In second place, Ethan Papoost. And in first place, Glenn Rocks.
Race.
It's not right. And for the women, in third place, Faye Morgan. In second place, Savannah Salinas. And in first place, Chloe McKillen.
This might be the year where we finally have Chloe on the show.
Okay.
She's winning a lot. Next up is the Spartan Val Morel Sprint podiums.
For the men, in third place,
No idea.
Exedovot Jakova. In second place, Florian Clemente. And in first place, Jeremy Gotch. Gachet. And for women, in third place, Mallory Kabad. In second place, Ines Theovano Motete.
Yeah, I don't know the O with a line through it.
And wait, what? there's no special letter in there.
Well,
like that's.
Let me fix my glasses now.
That's an E.
Yep, I see that now. Oh no! I'm like weird. It's straight across instead of because I was looking at like at the through the bottom of my glasses. There's no excuse. Continue.
And in first place, Katrine Lavaras.
Next up is the Spartan Dubai Super Podiums.
For men, in third place, Matteo Paliza. In second place, Sergey Gritsak. And in first place, Sergey Pelijan.
Oh my god, do it again.
What?
The name.
Sergey.
This is one of the best athletes in the world. Sergey Pereglian.
I'm losing my marbles. You threw me off with your lack of English letter knowledge.
Sure.
And for the women, in third place, Claudia
Bongiovanni.
In second place, Stavleta Filopece. And in first place, Elisa Petrova.
Oh, you got that one. Good. And now we have Native X podiums, which is kind of confusing.
For the men's 2.5K, in second place, Joseph Roberto. And in first place, Danielle Little. For the women's 2.5K, in first place, Aaliyah Emas. And for the men's 5K, in third place, Sean Mazer. In second place, Gage Hicks. And in first place, Alvaro Vasquez. For the women's 5K, in first place, Rachel Waters.
Yeah. And also, like, I think if the podium is that small, I saw that it's mandatory obstacle completion. You got to have a better balance. That looks real bad scrolling through. So bummer to hear about that. I'm sure it was a great event. Well, I know nothing about it, but yeah, looks kind of weird. And then closing off with High Rocks Manchester podiums.
For men's elite, in third place, Ben Fitzmartin. In second place, Harry Bird. And in first place, Bojer Rees. And for the women, in third place, Nikki Bramer. In second place, Lauren Lee Richardson. And in first place, Sanine Bent.
Perfect. There's 5 secret links down below, so go and check those all out. But let's finally get to what this episode is all about. So, long ago, when OCR was still doing very well here in the northeast of the United States, we had winter snow races with both Blizzard Blast in Massachusetts and Spartan Creek Peak in New York. And as someone who loves the cold, I loved Blizzard Blast. So I also worked with Fred in Smithfest events for a while before he stopped putting on events. Like, what was it, the Turkey Carry 2-miler?
That we won.
Kind of. We inadvertently cheated, I think. I think you took the wrong lap. Something happened. There's no way that we would have won. Panic in the Dark. What other events? Runzilla, which would be huge now that hybrid racing is a thing. And yeah, I think I still have that check somewhere. Anyway, this was very early on in the show. This was the first time having a guest on the show who wasn't a member of the team, and potentially the first time using my field mic. I'm not too sure about that. Even though he became a friend, I was still pretty nervous gearing up for this interview. But it's a pretty good look at how far we've come since then, but also how much we still love and have a focus on local OCR. So let's go back and listen to episode 4, Blizzard Blast with Fred Smith.
Welcome to the M. Stefano Running Podcast. We're a small but passionate team who have been involved in OCR and running since 2012. Our standing goal has been and always will be to inspire both ourselves and others to push beyond the limits of our comfort zones. And now, here are your hosts.
Hey everyone, it's Mike.
And Caitlin.
And today's episode will be focusing on Blizzard Blast. It's the biggest event we have this week.
I would even say that this is the biggest event we probably have all winter.
Yeah, its claim to fame is that there is no off-season. A lot of people take the winter off and don't train. I haven't been training as much as I should.
Me neither.
Yeah, so it's a good race. Caitlin and I are a little biased because we spent the past 2 days doing course build and preparing other things. You'll be hearing from Fred Smith, the founder of Smithfest Events. He, of course, is in charge of Blizzard Blast, Panic in the Dark, Runzilla, and the new Turkey Carry 2-miler.
Oh, that's a brutal race. You ever carry a frozen turkey around for a mile?
It's surprising.
Me neither.
It's surprising, and that's one that you'll hear more about in November. But yeah, it's going to be a good episode. We're about to head into IHOP to meet up with Angela and Jimmy, who are on the team, and we love them. We're very excited to see them.
We need to remember their gifts.
Yes, we got them Christmas gifts. We don't get to see them too often because Angela's up in New Hampshire and Jimmy is in Maine. And so we don't get to see them as much as we'd like. So we're very excited to head in. All right. You'll hear from Fred now. And all right, we're going. So tell me your name and what you do.
My name is Fred Smith, and I am the owner and creator of Smithfest Events. And Smithfest Events is an event company that is probably different than most in our area. It's we're very dynamic in the range of things we do, but most of our events currently are obstacle course race based, as you know, and some are getting outside of that and trying to bring in other dynamics as well, like CrossFit maybe, or functional fitness, I should say, or trying to bring in some road race things like in our Runzilla race, trying to combine stuff. So our overall is an events company, and our goal is to just create lots of fun for our patrons across all different variations of events.
Could you tell us a little bit more of the specific events, too? Because I know we have Blizzard Blast, which we're going to be talking about for this episode. What other obstacles and other kind of big events you have coming up this year that we can look forward to?
Yeah, so we do offer a few different races. I'll mention some of the stuff we already have done last year and we'll be doing again this year. We have our Panic in the Dark race, which is our haunted 5K type of run. It's more of a theatrical fun run with some obstacles built in. It's not built to be a very hardcore OCR. It's more of like to let you come out, do some obstacles, create some fun, carry some pumpkins, and be scared. You run at night with a headlamp. So it's a very different race. There's nothing really like it or too much like it around. And then we have our Runzilla race, which I had mentioned is a combination of 3 worlds, is what I say. It's kind of a combination of the functional fitness craze right now, the obstacle course craze, and also your regular like 5K, 10K runners, all in one day, which is indoor-outdoor race at the Sanger Center at UMass Lowell, which is a state-of-the-art facility. The event has become really well-liked locally last year, and I think this year it's going to really take off. And we're building an expo around that. So we're looking forward to having people out, and hopefully you'll come out and do some podcasts and interview some people there that day. So we're looking forward to that. And we have our Turkey Carry 2 Mile, which you know all about. Yes, we've had some issues with that. Some people cheat.
Caitlin.
So some people, say they're going to run the mile and then run the half mile and vice versa, whatever. You know what? We're not pointing any fingers. So we do a Turkey Carry 2 Mile, and this year actually we're adding something to it. It is going to be a race local event, which I know you know some of that, and it's kind of a popular thing up here. But what we're doing is you can do it by yourself, the 2 miles. You can do it as a team of 2, or you can do it a team of 4. Also, we're going to do a 2-hour turkey carry.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
So that is we're adding this year. Is going to be you can grab your turkey and you can go for 2 hours and go for as many laps as you can get in the 2-hour period, to just add some type of slight endurance, style to the event without getting too crazy. Yep. The Sunday before Thanksgiving, and then of course as we got coming up, as you mentioned, is probably our most popular race currently. Blizzard Blast is our winter obstacle course race, one of the largest winter races in the country. Has been known to get a lot of attention for our Keg Kingdom obstacle, where we have Budweiser is a big sponsor in Shock Top, and we hang Shock Top kegs from a trussing system, and they swing freely as we use them like a monkey bar system. And we've had some great, like we just talking about our medals are awesome we've had bottle openers and all kinds of stuff. And this year we actually have taking advantage of the Keg Kingdom theme. We have one of our racers will be actually moving across the medal across the keg. So it's
very unique. I like it from what I've seen so far.
So I mean we're trying to keep things fresh. We'd like to have a little bit more snow. The weather's not.
You gotta do the snow dance.
Yeah,
snow dance, Fred.
The problem is I did the snow dance 2 years ago and it didn't stop snowing, and then then
everyone hated you for it.
I received death threats.
There's some backlash, yeah.
I received death threats. Like if you're listening out there, you know who you are, and there's a few of you. I received death threats. So.
People be crazy.
It was 133 inches later. It was out of hand. It was
that year was crazy.
It was pretty cool. We had lots of snow that year. Obviously, the weather doesn't look like it's going to cooperate, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. But either way, we're going to have an awesome event. We've dropped the mileage down a little bit this year to allow for the newcomers to come out and do the 3 to 4 mile race, where the last couple of years it's been upwards of 6 miles. But now that we have the unlimited lap option, which is going to come with a nice special gift. Yes. I don't know if we're going to get too crazy about that just yet, but stay tuned and you'll definitely be hearing about it and seeing it.
Yes.
You'll be seeing that definitely and hearing about it here at M. Stefano, and you'll definitely be seeing it on the team Instagram along with our Blizzard Blast Instagram and all that stuff.
I like it.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Different.
You can get a little use out of it if you really like to.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully nobody sneaks it out on course next year. But yeah, it should be really cool. We're just trying to keep things. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but we're trying to just continue to slowly bring in new things at the same time. Continue to bring back the old good stuff. So,
of course. What got you into this event planning? Because I know you didn't always do this. What kind of brought you into this world of, let's do this.
So before I was working at Prison Guard, I worked at the AHL in the American Hockey League. Okay. So AAA hockey. And I was always interested in the promotions and the marketing and creating events, to entertain people and also for the marketing standpoint of people's businesses and whether it be advertising beer companies or whatever it may be. And then I started working as a prison guard and I created a scavenger hunt, and that kind of got wildly out of control and grew really quickly. And then from there, I had some other ideas and I just kind of kept, in the back of my head. And then we brought out a musical chairs world championship idea. And then that rolled into a crazy Halloween obstacle course race idea. And then that was rolled over into a winter obstacle course idea. And there's still a lot of ideas in the book over here. As we're sitting in my office, I have a book that I keep of crazy ideas. And actually, I mentioned one tonight to you that it's on the hush right now.
I'm down
and which is completely not obstacle related. It's and that's the thing. We're an events company, and I think that's the difference between us and a lot of other companies locally, good or bad. I don't know which one it is, but for us, we like being real diverse and being able to switch gears and keep it fresh and. Just like our Panic in the Dark. One year it might be zombies, next year it may be, vampires, and next year it might be ghouls and ghosts. And, keeping that, keeping it different and keeping it fresh is kind of what we like to do.
Absolutely. And a kind of theme that we're sticking with the podcast is breaking out of your comfort zone. What does it mean to you, and what advice would you give to others? So something you normally wouldn't do.
Well, as you know, last year I definitely did something that I normally don't do on an every year basis, and I ran up the Killington at the Beast, and that was definitely stepping.
Spartan race in the country easily.
And so and you've done a bunch of them. So you did 12 this year. You said, I believe.
Yes,
so
12 Spartan races.
I appreciate your opinion, and I think I think you have enough experience to make that statement. So I don't, but I was definitely up there, and I didn't think it was by any means easy.
A hell of a race to do.
I was borderline delusional, and I say it too. I went up there to prove myself something, to put something on my calendar, to do something for me, and get a little bit back in shape for myself. And also show my kids that that you can set your mind to do something and go out and do it, even when probably other people think you can't. I mean, I had a lot of people, even I know, that were haters that would just say, "Are you sure you can do that?" or this and that. And I didn't do every single burpee. I didn't do every single obstacle. But I did 11 hours and 15 minutes. I did most of it, and I got through it. And I pushed myself beyond limits that I knew that I probably thought I could ever push before. And I always said if I did that, then I would consider taking on the next biggest thing that was on my bucket list, which was the Boston Marathon. So, yeah. So I'm currently on the Fat Fred's Don't Run Boston Marathons program, as we were joking. But so I've been training. I did have a little hiccup. I had an ankle injury last month, so I'm recovering from that. But back on the pavement now, just trying to up the mileage a little bit and drop a few more pounds as I go. But doing it for a great cause in the Joseph Middlemas Big Heart Foundation, which is a cardiomyopathy support foundation, and they also do a lot of paying it forward and just a lot of all you need is love missions and stuff like that. They're a great group. Joseph was in my oldest daughter's class and passed away in first grade. So, it's been something that's hit our house hard, and I think it's important to me to show my children, and others that, if you put your heart to something and you love something, you can go after it and you can accomplish it. So, I'm yet to accomplish it yet, but, I'm willing to set lofty goals and go after them, and I'm going to give it all I got. And if all I got that day is 18 miles, well, it's 18 more miles than I could ever imagine I ran. Yeah. But I've yet to fail yet. So I'm going to go out there, and 26.2 is going to be the goal. And I'm going to give it everything I got. And every mile I'm going to wear a different shirt. So
oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. I'm selling each shirt to sponsors for $1,000 a piece.
Okay.
And I'm going to change my shirt every mile. So I'm trying to raise $50,000 for the organization.
Yep.
And so I'm hoping to get 26 of it from the shirts. And it's a good reason to stop every mile.
Yeah. I see. All right.
So I'm not tired, but I'm just hey, I gotta get this shirt in here. So I'm just the funny thing is it's probably gonna be the opposite. I'm probably not gonna want to stop, right? Because you just if you stop, you don't want to start again.
That's what I've heard, but yeah.
So so we're doing that, and then the last part of your question was, what would I tell others? I just always tell people, I speak to some colleges and stuff now, and the funny part of that is I don't have a college degree, and I don't suggest that, but I just ended up working a full-time gig, and it fell into this, but I do say that, go after your dreams, and, my wife always jokes and says, well, your bucket list is actually your to-do list. And because a lot of people's bucket list, is a bucket list, and they look at it like it's not obtainable. Next year, I plan on learning how to play the piano. So, that's next on the list. Yeah. So it's a list that I've made for myself, and I'm going to keep, trying to take things off it. And I just say if there's opportunities, knock on them. And if no one answers, knock the doors down. The heck with it. And, let your pros be your cons and just know it. And try to make it the best you can. And when I say that, I guess just like right now when I don't usually shut up, my mouth can get me into trouble, but at the same time, it's done a lot of good things for me. I'm very persistent and I stay after things and I try to be polite and open those doors. But sometimes I need to know when to be quiet, like right now.
But back to this was a while ago, but when you were saying the naysayers, I really liked how you said that there's a lot of people that are, saying that you can't do it. Well, something that I like to live by is I could quit now, but I have a lot of motherfuckers I got to prove wrong. Yeah. So that's a good thing to drive you, I think. Family, friends, who they are. Yeah,
they may not tell you, but who they are. Yeah. And they're looking, and you know what? And you're on the treadmill, and all of a sudden, one texts you or something. Yep. You got to put in an extra half mile or so. Yeah, absolutely. You got to do an extra, sprint or anything. It's just, and everybody knows who they are. Yeah. But you know what? At the end of the day, the naysayers are going to be the naysayers, but at the same time, it's more about, for me, I have kids, and I think it's important for them to know that, and we had talked about this earlier, about digging holes and planting trees. I want my kids to know that you have to dig the holes before you plant the trees. And, and that's an important lesson for them to learn that, it's not all about themselves or sitting on their hands and hoping things happen, but they got to go out and make them happen.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that. And another thing that I wanted to touch upon too is, before you did Killington, you lost a lot of weight, and that's really impressive. It's tough to do. There's a lot of people out there that are still struggling with that. What kind of advice would you give for that, and what helped you get to the point to change your life in that direction?
I will say that I've been lucky and unlucky in this category. I'm very unlucky in the fact that I put on weight really well. I've been very lucky that I've been somebody who could take off weight really well. Over the years, my doctor hates me for it. She always says, stay fat or stay skinny. Because going back and forth is the most unhealthy thing you could do for your heart. But I've always been, when I'm determined and I'm in after something, I'm in 110%. And I go hard and I eat right and I pay attention and I, try to, and I'm not going to say I am the best, watching everything that goes in my face, but I try to really watch the moderation and pay attention and drink the water instead of the soda and just, it's
a lot of the little choices.
Yeah. And that's or even when you indulge, instead of having the 2 full slices of pizza, drop the other half in the box. Yeah. And that, I had to do that today. And if you do, tough. I had a calzone, and you know what I'm saying. But it's dropping that other, I was gonna have 2 slices, but I'm gonna normally I would eat 2 full slices. Well, I'm gonna drop that other half a slice in the box. Or when you were indulging to, I would normally have a full bowl of ice cream, but instead I'm just gonna stick 2 scoops in this little, plastic cup instead, and just so it's managing the times that can really set you into a downward spiral. Yes, that's important. So I would just suggest, everything in moderation, be determined in what you do, and then I used to always pretend like McDonald's is closed. You know what I mean? It's like mental tough. Yeah. It's like anything. You're on the treadmill and you're running, and it's like you can convince yourself to stop really easy. Yes. It's finding a way to convince yourself why you keep going, and it's the same thing. If you have a vice, you have to find a way to mentally rather trick yourself, convince yourself, or be strong enough to not fall into that vice. So mean don't buy whatever you need to buy, or those little tricks I use, and I think I'm experienced in the fact of gaining and losing weight and being overweight and taking it off. So if you'd ask me if it's something you're focused on, I think just stay determined, stay after it, make the right choices, especially in the everyday habits that are bad. Like you got to get rid of the consistent everyday habit. That's the biggest thing. Like soda is huge.
Yes.
I mean,
I cut out soda and I miss it a little bit, but
it's amazing how weight will fall off if you cut out the like soda and just the chips and the fried stuff. You know, that the little things like that. Coffee. Like when it comes to Dunkin' Donuts, like I'm talking about, like with the extra, and I know a lot of people think it's a cult and whatever else, but I do the Thrive thing just for my vitamins. I don't do the patch, but it gives me my daily caffeine, and it keeps me away from the coffee. It keeps me away from the cream and the sugar and the all that. So I don't do that, So little tricks, I guess. Yeah. Everything's different for other people, and we joked about the Fat Fred runs marathon program, but knowing my body is important too. Like I know, like right now, I can't go pound the pavement outside for 8-10 miles, but I can get on the treadmill and get away with it. Yeah. So I try to maybe put 4 or 5 outside, and then maybe hit the treadmill or do a cardio workout of another sort to make sure my cardio is going up until my weight continues to fall, and as my weight falls, then I can distance myself on the street. So
I think that's all really solid advice. Just to close up, I'm going to put the information in the description, but could you just tell people where to reach you and a little bit more information about the events?
Yeah, so you can go to our website at smithfestevents.com. Coming up, the big one is obviously Blizzard Blast. You can go to www.blizzardblastrun.com. And you can get us on Instagram, Twitter. You can get us on Facebook. All of our events, you can get Blizzard Blast, Runzilla. You can get Turkey Carry 2 Mile, and also Panic in the Dark.
Yes, my favorite, personal favorite.
So you can check all those out. If you're getting out to Blizzard Blast, I will say Wamisit Lanes is a huge sponsor this year, along with Shock Top. The Wamisit Lanes facility is going to be amazing. You can bowl, shuffleboard, bocce, TV,
and we've
drinks,
gone there and we enjoyed it. The food is really good.
Food's awesome. Yeah. The facility is just amazing. So we're really looking forward to that, and hope to hear amazing things come out of that, and hopefully that'll help us build out for next year. I'd love to put a tent on the side of the place and really blow the place out. The possibilities there. So we've already discussed the options. So and there may be options too there to maybe even get it bigger, where we moved back to Saturday and we have a band Saturday night. So there's lots of options we have there. So we're really looking forward to that. So hopefully if you see us at Blizzard Blast, make sure you keep your eye out if you're looking to. We're gonna have season passes available.
Oh, okay.
Last little tidbit, we're gonna have season passes available at Blizzard Blast. Nice. I think it's like $160 for the year for everything, and that includes unlimited laps with the Trinity.
Okay.
So it's unlimited laps for the Trinity is $120 by itself. Yeah. So
it is a good bargain.
It's it's a good deal. Even if you made 3 out of the 4 races, it's a steal. And they're all race local events too for the New England people who are into the mileage. Yeah. That's big. So it should be really good. So we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much for having me in your beautiful home. That's all.
All right. Thanks for having us.
Awesome. All right. So we just finished the Blizzard Blast, and I'm here with Angela and Jimmy, and it's pretty cold. Pretty cold out. Jimmy, what did you think about it?
I thought it was great. It was the best race of the year so far.
Was it the first race this year?
Absolutely.
Okay. And Angela, how about you?
It was great. First obstacle course of the year. Loved it.
Did anything go wrong?
What did not go wrong?
Now's the time to talk about it.
We lost Mike's phone. We lost Angela's keys. We all ate
Just about all of us ate some shit. Oh no, we can do that. Okay. This is explicit. This is an explicit podcast. So
sledding down the ice into the grass. Jimmy did a nice little.
Yeah, even though we didn't sign up for a double, we did a double anyway.
we had to go do it backwards looking for the keys, and we found it.
A 3.1 mile race turned into 5.5 miles.
Yeah, it's almost like what it usually was. But all right.
I love the kegs. I love the keg run. That was good.
Oh, I did.
Despite your shoulder, what was it?
I got a torn rotator cuff, but I still managed to get some stuff done.
Yep. And I somehow did all the obstacles. I was most worried about the football throw because I throw like a girl, and I'm not afraid to say it.
I got the paintball gun, second try.
Oh, you did?
Football, first try. Yes. Yeah, that's impressive for me.
I just need to see that with a spear throw.
March 4th. 4th. We got to do it.
All right. That's Angela and Jimmy. We'll be hearing a lot more from them with their crazy Spartan races later this year. All right. So now we're back home, finally. It was a long drive, and we're pretty tired. I got a massive headache, and Caitlin?
I have a sore throat, and I'm starting to get congested, but that's expected. It is cold and flu season, and I work at a school.
Yeah. Working with kids, it's the pros and cons of it.
Definitely a con.
But we had a great time. It was very great to see Angela and Jimmy. Very grateful for that interview with Fred. Really appreciate the time you took with me for that, which was great.
We also appreciate Fred putting together such unique and crazy obstacles. He really thinks outside the box, which is a nice change of pace.
Definitely. And speaking of the obstacles, it was great volunteering because I got to meet a lot of great people. Just, the head of team, Mike McNeil, this guy Joe, he's a weird guy. He's really, really nice. I like him.
I was going to say, he's very nice.
Yeah, and then Scotty, who helps out with Smith Fest events.
And it's cool to see those people on the course, too, because we're running, and then we turn around, and oh my gosh, there's Scotty. Or when we lost the cell phone and the keys,
yes,
we were able to talk to people who we knew, so they knew that... Oh, that's just Caitlin and Mike. That's just kind of how they are.
Yeah, about that. We ended up finding out we were the very last finishers, time-wise.
No, one person finished after me. I came in second to last, which, Mike, what is my biggest fear?
Coming in last. There's no shame in that. It's just we lost. First, my phone fell out because I was taking Snapchats along the course. That didn't last long. Went off the sled, and that was a shit show of an obstacle in a fun way. But
you'll have to watch our video from that.
Yes, yeah, I can't wait to edit that video. That's gonna be fun. But we lost my phone, and then we got back to Angela and Jimmy. Found out we were missing Angela's keys. So then we found that. So we spent an hour and a half looking for stuff, but we found everything. All's well.
So the 5K turned into, I think Angela said 5.4 miles,
which is about how long Blizzard Blast used to be. So we kind of did 2 laps.
But we didn't get a cool flask out of it. We just found the items that we lost.
Yes, yeah. Now,
thank goodness.
Now I'm allowed to say obviously now it's over, but yeah, the multi-lap award was indeed a flask, which was really cool. It said Blizzard Blast multi-lap. 2017, and once you finish, you come back to the table and you say how many laps you've done, and they put a little sticker on there saying, hey, you did 4 laps, congrats, here's a number 4 on your flask. And I think it's pretty unique. I like it.
I feel like more obstacle course races are going to have to step up their multi-lap, or even like Spartan with their trifecta medals. If local OCRs are doing things like flasks, that's a really good idea, and it's different. It's not just the medal that's going to sit on a metal rack.
Yeah, it keeps them coming back for more. What else happened this weekend?
Also, I wanted to point out that Mike, Ian, and Nancy, they were attendees at the Colonial Road Runners banquet, and Ian won 3 awards, including...
He won the Participation Award for doing enough Colonial Road Runner races.
Yes.
He did the Iron Runner, which is running at least 250 miles of race miles, which is my goal for this year. He ended up doing 300.
Yeah, so not just going out for a run. These are actual events that you have to sign up for.
So he did lots of events, which is very impressive. He's one of the best runners on our team. There's also... He placed 3rd place for the competitive Grand Prix. So that was really good for his age group, which was very impressive.
Which is awesome, because he got 3rd place last year as well. And Mike received the New England Runners Award, which means he had to do a timed race in every state in New England.
Yeah, and that was fun. I mean, Maine, I did Beach Raid, New Hampshire, I did that last minute You'll Light Up Tonight 5K that I did after my half marathon in Mass. And then in where was it?
New Hampshire.
Yeah, I just said New Hampshire. Vermont, we did the Killington Beast. Luckily, they count OCRs because that's really what I specialize in. Why do I keep saying New Hampshire?
Massachusetts.
Well, yeah, Massachusetts, I did a whole slew of them. But I told them Tough Rock because that was pretty impressive. Rhode Island, I did FIT Challenge. And what was this? Connecticut. Connecticut was Warrior Dash. Yeah, so it was a good time. had some decent food, and it was good to see Ian and Nancy, who are very, very good runners.
Absolutely.
And Nancy is actually training for her marathon, her first marathon.
In October, which is awesome.
Yes.
She's gonna kill it.
I hope so, yeah, absolutely. She's training well enough, so if she keeps us up, she'll be doing very well. And I expect to do the same marathon with her, hopefully. I think
Oh my gosh, I know her training coach is very strict with her, and I think it's cool how she'll have to come in and explain it, but her Garmin is set up to a app, and the coach is through the app, but the coach can kind of like watch everything that she's doing through the Garmin.
Yeah, so she can really personalize the training program, so it's not a, one size fits all, because everyone's completely different.
It seems like a great idea.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. And her first marathon, she's already signed up, which is great. I am not signed up yet, but it is the Newport, Rhode Island Marathon. So that should be a good time. And I'm trying to think... Oh, and something else big happened with Alex, and I'll cut to that right now. Alex, what the hell did you just do?
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that at all. I think I just paid for World's Toughest Mudder. I think that's what just happened here.
I think that's right. Holy shit.
I don't know. I don't know why I do that to myself. I sign up and now I have to do it. That's fantastic. Should I create a team?
Who the hell's going to want to do that with you, Alex?
That's what I'm saying. Now I can go there by myself.
I'll be doing pit crew. Hopefully we can have Jake, maybe Jimmy, Angela. We can have up to 4.
Somebody. I don't care who it is. Someone's going to help me.
We're going to Vegas. So yeah, Alex signed up for World's Toughest Mudder.
In Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas, Nevada.
Mike, what are those dates again?
We're flying. Okay, hold on. November 11th.
Dates of the event.
Oh, yes.
This is a test.
It's not the best timing, but it's Caitlin and my anniversary date, so...
Which is...
11, 12, 13. Yeah. So, November 12th. Unfortunately, World's Toughest Mudder, to my knowledge, is the 11th and the 12th. And I'll be out there from the 8th to the 14th, I believe. I just bought my plane tickets. Super excited!
I'll just hold my own hand and take myself to dinner.
Caitlin's still not sure if she's going to come to Vegas.
And maybe get a puppy.
Okay. Well, while we bicker, we'll end... Before we bicker, we'll end this podcast. So, this is Michael.
And this is Caitlin.
And we'll talk to you guys next weekend. All right, have a good week. Bye.
Welcome back.
Thank you, Fred Smith, for that interview 8 years ago. Wow. For related episodes, well, you just heard it. Episode 4 was Blizzard Blast with Fred Smith. But somewhat related to that, we have episode 56, Colonial Roadrunner Award Banquet and Blizzard Blast with Fred Smith. That was the following year, so that must have been 2018. Episode 118, Blizzard Blast and Colonial Roadrunners Award Banquet with Frank Donahue. That would have been 2019. And then I think Blizzard Blast went away around that time, so... Oh, kind of. Episode 162, OCR America 2, Uncut Audio Day 8, KC Timber Challenge with Jen Scott. That's another winter race. 213 was Virtual Blizzard Blast with United Way, President Mike Apfelberg. That's when he sold the rights to them. So they did it as like a fundraiser. I think that was 2020-ish. Episode 263 was Noob Sanity's Night Ops and Fit Challenge Ultra with Aaliyah Emus. 265, KC Timber Challenge Yeti 5K with Thomas Plush. And 317, Noob Sanity's Night Ops with winner Nicole Lunder.
Subscribe and follow wherever you get your podcasts. We are Obstacle Running Adventures on all of the podcast players. And if you like what you heard, leave us a review.
Yeah, you can also like and follow us on Facebook and the other
Instagram?
Instagram, the one that I like more. Also, we're on YouTube too. I don't plug that nearly enough.
Support us on Patreon for as little as $2 or as many as $10.
And again, join on the website and not on the Apple app. Coming up next, maybe I will give the guests who were supposed to be on this show this week, Another Chance. They're supposed to come on Friday and then again Sunday, and then I never heard back from them. So we will see. Caitlin, do you have a joke or a quote to close this out?
I do. My quote is, for everyone who's in the middle of a heavy season, you can cry, rest, scream, or let it out however you need. Better days are ahead.
Hopefully.
Yeah. And then, what kind of nuts always seem to have a cold?
Chili nuts?
Cashews!
Oh, nice. All right, well, that just about wraps it up. My name is Michael Stefano.
And my name is Caitlin Ritter.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Bye!
Bye!
Thank you for listening.
We hope you're feeling motivated, inspired,
and ready to take on your next race or training run.
If you've enjoyed this week's episode, leave us a review
and share it with your fellow adventurous friends.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Obstacle Running Adventures.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode.
Join us every week for more news, stories, and interviews from the community.
Our intro song was Streaker by Straight Up.
Our outro music is Iron Paw by The Best.
Wow. I was going to say, you're going to start off
What?
You're going to start off with your name and where you're from? Nope. Yeah, I don't know the O with a line through it.
And, wait, what? There's no special letter in there.
Well...
Mike, that's...
Let me fix my glasses now.
That's an E.
Yep, I see that now. Oh, no. So what does it sound like? I'm like, weird, it's straight across instead of... Because I was looking like at the through the bottom of my glasses. There's no excuse. Continue.